And Swift. All right, here we go. Round one off and underway. Going to be slapped around just a bit, taken by Galti now from Fusion on first possession, it would seem. It's Galti dishing it over to Swift and quickly down low, but Simon in the goal covers that off, gets the save, gets the clear, but fast on the boost. Nicely from Fusion. Gets the disc right back for them. So no harm, no foul as they go back on the offense. So Swift receives this pass, one down low. A goal just open for the first shot. Alakos. So Fusion there, despite some good defense from Team Gravity initially, able to get back on the stack, get the disc, and then find the nice pass for a rather open goal off the goalie diving there. So Fusion glad to get on the board first. So right here, Infiltrate, the quintessential substitute. He's been doing work all week long. WJH FTB. He may have substituted for Fusion yesterday as well. Can't quite recall. He substituted for 2 teams this week and make it 3 now with Team Gravity. So Infiltrate, kind of the journeyman this week in VRML. Now Alakos getting the disc here. And some awkward, I hope that's not on my end. Because I'm pretty sure I fixed my spectator jank over in week 1. So a little bit of odd interactions for sure, but I don't know what to think right now. Lewis does get the disc, but Galti's just all over the place. It seems like it's only Galti, though, with the jitters, so I'm assuming that's on his end. But yes, so over here to Swift, as Galti continues to flutter around the field. Over here in the corner, it's Lewis taking the disc over. 2 players there, stunning him out, and now he's potentially crashed. So I don't know what's going on, but we're going to hope for the best as David Duel encroaches on the goal. One pass down low, dove upon, but taken by Infiltrate and sent straight out of there. So on the other side, as Galti continues to be half alive, not to be confused for Half-Life, as Simon. Okay, so indeed, these players, I can't tell because the comms are closed, but I can only assume maybe discussion going on. There's some weird stuff going on right now. But again, hanging with it until I'm told otherwise. It's 7:25 left on the clock. 3-2 for Team Gravity. And indeed, there is the rematch. So, yeah, player comms are muted for the stream and thus myself. But it looked like they were talking there. So I think some sort of server issues going on, perhaps, as the teams meet here in the middle. So I imagine we could be looking at a server switch. This is our only game for the moment. We don't have anything directly after until 1:30 Central Time, which is to say not for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we may get a server change. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the crash from Galti. I can't say. What I can say is that this is going to be a busy Sunday. So we'll let teams figure that out. And I suppose for the meantime, can just switch to the score screen. Not much to show you, obviously, but I can show you the schedule, if nothing else. So yeah, we do have 9 matches today, I do believe. My last count was correct. So Fusion and Team Gravity starting us off, obviously. Like I said, we have Quackheads and Vibers later on, a couple hours from now. Over in the evening time for the North American games, it's Kangarillas and Orbit facing off. And Nay plus Ultra and Infinite. Team Joker and Ignite, Team Joker Instinct, Ignite and Illuminati, Guinness and Space Force, and then Wireless Jacks and Chaos to close it out. So 9 matches, a couple overlaps. And with that said, looks like everyone's back, so no server change. We're just going right back to the first round here. So maybe just a faulty with Galti, but he's going to be back here. So hey. All right, so Alakos takes this one for Fusion. We'll get that pass to the other side, just squeezes it through to Galti. Down below to David Duel, and then up high to Swift. Some nice passing here from Fusion. Galti gonna go in, and 2 points. The contusion on the goal. I don't know. Like I said, waking up. I gotta work myself into my wordplay. These things take time. So Infiltrate does take this one, clears it out through to the bottom ramp. Maybe looking to bounce off the top just into Lewis's hands. And now Lewis will try and buy a goal. Could not, went backboard, but just struggled to find the bottom. So back out it goes, and actually tap out by Galti there. Galti again here doing some damage, trying to go to the other side, but Lewis and Al Pacino get there mighty quickly. So right back to Team Gravity's hands here on the play, as they'll go for a bit of a clear and boost, but looks like Infiltrate, Al Pacino losing the grips on each other, and Lewis resetting now to Simon. Simon works this one in, going to just dodge on through for a 2. Team Gravity now up to 5 points, taking the 1 point advantage over Fusion.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I'm actually seeing, too, in the Discord chat there, I was informed. Hold on, as Simon takes this over, just misses a shot, but a quick clear, or a quick boost rather, will get them in the clear for the shot. And there's the 3-pointer, now going up by 4. Now, what I was saying was I actually was informed by Al Pacino just before that restart occurred, and team's readied up again, saying Galti was lagging, which we could see, and he also said Lewis was injured. So kind of a double whammy on that end during that restart. He is back in it now, so hopefully Lewis is all right there, as David Duel tries to be all right for his team, finding Alikos off a soft pass. Both teammates here converging, but right now Fusion's passing game looking pretty good, nice and collected, but the defense from Team Gravity will cause some issues here, as it's Lewis getting a stun, but right back at him is Fusion. So Alikos, a good pass to the corner, down into Infiltrate's hands, saving it at the goal. Great save from Infiltrate, and he's had several of those throughout the week. Again, finding himself substituting for many teams, as he does take this away and goes on the offense, but now a save from Alikos. He gets the save. He gets a partial clear that just goes into the wedge, as Team Gravity now suffers a crash, and it is in fact Lewis, so maybe he's, I don't know, doing some cleanup on the injury. Hopefully nothing too bad. I'm not sure what happened for him. Simon right here going for a stun on Galti, does a pass fake, shot fake, goes for the back out to Infiltrate, and Infiltrate going to Al Pacino. It's a 3-on-4 situation, couldn't convert on the goal, Simon slinging it out, but doling out the damage on the fist, and another save here from Alikos. So I think it bears saying that goalie week in Europe continues. Already a handful of saves, quite literally, in this first round. But all week long, especially in these European matches, there has been, for as much great goalkeeping as we typically see, good dive there. For as much great goalkeeping as we typically see in this region, it's been especially on fire this week. There have been some huge save counts on some of these games throughout the week. So it looks like we're just finishing week 3 out with that same trend underway here. Now, Team Gravity, still a 3-on-4 situation. Lewis is not back yet. Getting a pass over to Infiltrate, but David Duel finds the brawl and the clear. So both teams just about even here on the boosting. 3-on-2 situation in the goal. Couldn't convert on that shot. Alikos looking to retrieve that, as one player in the back line still struggles to get back. And another save. Goalie weak. This is nothing goalie weak about it. This is goalie strong, if nothing else, as Simon tries to find the bottom of the goal, but still could not. So even without a goalie in the goal here, some defense being played on the offense in the goal. And actually, with that said, look at that. Team Gravity gets Lewis back here inside the game. And, well, no damage done. No extra damage anyways, because no scores had occurred, despite a few attempts on both sides. So Al Pacino will get it back to Lewis, coming in from his little intermission, you could call it. And it's back to 4-on-4, but inside the goal, looking for just a one-on-one at the goalie, and Alakas. Save again. What more can you say? It is saves for days, every day. all day this week. Lewis, another pass here to Team Gravity, so they'll have a chance at offense again. Will we see a shot get through, though? Even without goalies in there. I mean, just nothing seeming to get past and into the goal right now. So here it goes into the midline as it floats to the ready at Don Logo. Simon takes this away, has it taken away by Galti. Galti will go for the clear, but taken right back and back to Galti's hands. So control being had, then being lost. It's just all over the floor at the moment. Simon does manage to get there first and almost weaves a shot through. That was some tight angles he was playing with, but now Team Gravity does get back on offense, and let's see if they do slow it down like we know they're capable of and that they often do. For Team Gravity, their passing game so strong on a game-to-game basis. But right now it's just a story about the defense, the turnovers, the shots, the defense, another turnover. Once again, just nothing getting through anywhere on either side of the floor. As save after save, it will continue to be. Now looking for a boost there. Oh, but miscommunication on the grabs perhaps between Alakas and David Duel. They'll still try and recollect themselves to get back at the goal. A briefly open shot will be just enough as Simon floats on up, fades, and connects. 11-4, but that took 4 minutes and 37 seconds of play time before we saw a goal scored. A few misses on open goals, granted, but there are also maybe 4 or 5 saves between the two sides of the field. Just constant save after save. Here it goes down low, and another intercept now as Al Pacino looks for a clear. So first off the boost, it's Lewis. Just gets enough juice on that one to get a slap. Now Simon getting the punch, stealing the disc. Passing play to Al Pacino, stolen away by Galti. So finally, after some disconnects and disarray, we have ourselves a round one ending with 11-4 going to Team Gravity. So Fusion there, definitely making Team Gravity work for it. Some great defense being played, but that really applies for both teams here as we do go to the stats. Keeping in mind that we did have that reset, but that would occurred with around, I don't know, 7 minutes left still. It was pretty early, so these are partial stats, but we still got stuff to look at. I mean, there you go. Look at that. Alakas with 4 saves over there for Fusion. David Duel with 1. Swift with 2. So a lot of saves on the board. Galti with the 2 points there. And 3 steals for him as well. For Team Gravity, it's Simon with 5 points and an assist, 15 stuns, which is the game high currently. Al Pacino with an assist, and Infiltrate with 2 saves. Lewis, not many stats to work with because he did crash and only just came back a minute or 2 ago. But yeah, very interesting first round there. Had some weird interactions that started off. We had an apparent injury. Had a 3v4, had a million saves, but finally getting to round 2 now off of that. So Fusion did make it a match certainly there. See if they can put some more points on the board in round 2 as this gets taken by Fusion first. So in the back line, Galti will be there, lightly contested. There's some nearby defenders trying to approach him, but a Simon and Lewis, that stack, gets there first. So intercept to them, and Simon will play this patiently with a very soft dish to Al Pacino. And then a bouncer over to Lewis on the other end. Back to Infiltrate now as he takes that away, goes for a pass down low, a slap pass at that from Simon, now losing it to Galti. Yeah, Taco on Thursday in there saying goalie week continuing. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. There were a lot of saves in round 1. Several of them were right head-on, too. You know, one-on-ones at the goal as Simon does the one-on-one on his own accord for a gentle dunk in. That's 2 points for Gravity. Must be something in the water over there across the pond right now, because pretty much in every match we're seeing, just the reflexes are something else on those saves and those grabs, intercepts, all over the place. There's one right there, stealing it as Lewis. Couldn't find the shot. They could find a short boost and collect the disc eventually as they send a pass to Simon. Simon finding himself a one-on-one. Couldn't quite convert on that one. You got to wonder, too, just because of all the saves going on, if offenses feel more pressure to take shots at those tight corners. Oh, there's a beautiful shot from Swift. Gets rid of it right in time, and it's right on line to take a 1-point lead. Great shot from Swift and Fusion.
10, 9, 8, 7.
See there, just got there first on the boost. I mean, he was completely covered there by the defense. 2 defenders all over him, but just got it through. So great stuff there as Team Gravity goes on offense now. They do get a pass through the goal lane, covered by Alacost here as Al Pacino works it up the floor. He's going to take his one-on-one, and that will just get through, barely missing the hands of Alacost. But yeah, as I was saying before that shot, you got to wonder, just because of all the saves that we're seeing this week, and just in general, if it does pressure the offenses to really try and play those corners. Shoot at those corners. Maybe that's causing some of these misses, some of these dings, because they're afraid to shoot it too close to the goalie's reach. Right there, though, just reaching for the stars. Lewis, a shooting star. 7 points for Team Gravity, 7-3 here in round 2. Madrimba saying who won round 1. That would be Team Gravity, which you can also see there on the overlay. Right next to the Team Gravity's name, that number, that 1 means 1 round win. So you can see 0 for Fusion. But yes, I'll at some point we'll relabel that so it at least says wins or something. But that's what those numbers next to the team names mean. That's a round win. Now over here, Al Pacino takes this for Team Gravity, looking to go up by some more maybe. Lewis again, denied again. Alacost, he's up to, I believe, 5 saves now. Some more great defense being played here as a deep ramp shot is taken, but ultimately taken back by Infiltrate. So Team Gravity right back again on offense, playing their side of the floor right now, just trying to work it over to the tunnel and to the other side. Some good zipper line passes corner to corner, and looking like Lewis, maybe another issue of some sort. He was just kind of floating for a second, so instead, Galti, the shot just before the defense could retreat. Fusion brings it back within 1 point.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And not quite sure what happened there with Lewis. Had the disc briefly, then lost it and just kind of floated without moving for a moment. But seems to be back in it now. And Fusion, they're certainly in it here with a 1 point game. Couple of nice shots for Fusion this round. One from Swift off that slap, one from Galti. So looking good for Fusion in both rounds as Infiltrate looks to move it up the floor. Right now it looks like in the goal, it's Alacost being bothered quite a bit by Lewis. Alacost just doing some great defensive work and just trying to evade as the disc gets over loose there in the pocket. A punch by Galti will knock this one loose, gets the clear, so Galti doing some brawl work. A good short range boost from Swift, but a nice leech from Infiltrate. How about those back-to-back grabs? So they do get it through here and try to get on in almost for a goal. That dinged, but ultimately Al Pacino will find it for the 3 point lead. 9-6 now, a couple minutes left in round 2.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So 2 minutes remaining off that good rebound and put back by Al Pacino for Fusion. Just trying to squeeze that through on the pass. Now that's a quick one over to Galti. I'm really impressed by Fusion's passing right now because we know how fast Team Gravity is and how great their defense is, as we do see their defense produce a turnover here. But Fusion's passing has been very online overall. Can't always get it into the bubble and get those shots off, as that shot will go to Simon for 3. But all in all, Fusion's been doing a really great job of connecting through that Team Gravity defense and their side of the floor and on the midline. and getting some decent opportunities. Obviously, a very tough team, and the record and MMR differential playing favor very much so to Team Gravity in this case. So Fusion just doing a great job in both rounds to hold their own. So here it goes to Swift on the approach. Simon pressuring. Another good pass, though, to Galti up top. He'll go one more off the wall. And not into the goal, but right back at him. So another grab, and then there's a shot. Swift doing a little bit of everything on that play. Receives the pass, loses the disc, but then gets a nice stun, a re-grab on the disc. And off the chaotic action, finds the goal. So 8 points, only a 4-point differential, but 35 seconds on the clock. Will not be an awful lot to work with here for Fusion, so see what they can do. But Team Gravity looking to come away with this one off one pass to Lewis. A sling, and Alakos, if nothing else, just capping this off goalie week with another save. Fantastic game he's having on the defensive end as this one goes bottom to the ramp. Now that's going to go off that corner panel, taken here back by Infiltrate. As that gets cleared off, take a look at that save if nothing else. And now Lewis looking to maybe get rid of it. One more, but no, just couldn't quite get a grip on the wall. And the round will end here, as well as the series. 12-8 in round 2 and 2-0 on the 3 rounds. So as we go to the stat screen quickly, and before our stats maybe get wiped, we got 10 points for Simon, 4 for Al Pacino, 3 for Lewis. Over on the other end, we see 5 apiece for Swift and Galti. Alakos with the 6 fantastic saves. I mean, they were all pretty much head on. Nothing easy given up to Team Gravity there. Galti with an assist, 5 points, 1 assist, 1 save. Swift with 5 points, 1 assist, 3 saves. Great stat lines across the board there. Simon over on Team Gravity, now that our stats have not gotten wiped, could be more patient with it. But yeah, Simon filling up the stat line there for Team Gravity. So 10 points, an assist, a save, a steal, 23 stuns. And Al Pacino leaving the match. Infiltrate subbing here with an assist, 2 saves, and 17 stuns. And there you have it. So 2-round victory for Team Gravity. They were favored in this one, but Fusion very much impressed. They had some fantastic defense. Alakos doing the job in the goal. Galti was doing great in the midline there with some brawls, getting several steals. Swift, some great shots, some saves of his own. David Duell brawling as he quite often does. So a lot of good things there for Fusion to look at, despite the loss. They impressed for sure. But Team Gravity will improve now to a record of 5-1. And go into week 4, feeling pretty good. All right, so I'll bring up the schedule really quickly. Take a look at what we've got ahead. We do have one more European game, as we did mention earlier during that tech break timeout earlier, but we'll look at it again. We do have Quackheads and Vibers playing in 2 hours from now. Almost exactly 2 hours. Kangarillas and Orbit will be later on in the day, 6 p.m. Central Time. It's as well as Nay Plus Ultra and Infinite. So some good matches to start off in North American side. Team Joker will be going off in a doubleheader versus Ignite and Instinct. Those are bound to both be very good games, I expect. Instinct, of course, coming off their first loss of the season. Finally, they've been having a really hot start, but they did eat their first loss just barely to Kangarillas in a 3-round series that was just mighty close. I mean, in fact, you can see it down here on the past matches, that series. 24-21 on the score differential in favor of Kangarillas, so it was close. Instinct's been a team over in North America for our European viewers tuning in. Instinct's been one of those teams that have really kind of stepped it up and have impressed. That said, also had that upset. Flare strongly against Illuminati at that, 40-14. Took a 2-round sweep versus Illuminati the other day. Predicated on just a barrage of 3-point shots from Flare. Absolutely on fire, kind of appropriate to their name, I do suppose. But yeah, then later on in the night, we have Ignite versus Illuminati, Guinness versus Space Force, and Wireless Jacks versus Chaos to finish it. So 9 matches today, 1 match knocked out already here. And we'll be moving on to the next one in a little while. So until then, I've been Palidore. And this has been VR Master League. You, the viewers, have been quite nice in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Great to have you guys as always. And we'll see you again very soon.